Hey everybody, this is Stormland. Thanks for joining me on another one of Chris's beer reviews. I was in the store today, LCBO. I was in there yesterday, and what I saw on the shelf today, brand new, put on the shelves last night, actually comes as a surprise to me because when I first looked at it, it just looks like, it really does just look like a bottle of champagne or a bottle of wine, but it was in the beer section. First thing I saw was 10% ABV extra strong, so I knew it was a beer. And then to my absolute pleasant surprise, I realized that it's from one of my favorite breweries out there called the Dominus Vobiscum. And in green right here, as you can tell, it says Lupulus. Now that could be uh, Lupulus or Upulus, however you'd like to pronounce it. And this is supposed to be from their Saint Reserve. Uh, Saint has got some hyphenation in it, so I don't know if that's supposed to mean grand and in another language. I'm not sure. It's from the Microbrasserie Charlevoix, which is a brewery in Quebec, Canada. It says a little something brief on the back here. It says our Saint uh, Reserve refers to the sacred receptacle where sacramental bread is stored or reserved. It is also the name of our special series of Dominus Vobiscum vintages, all brewed in limited quantities. Disciples of divine beers should be delighted by this communion of otherworldly flavors. Now, not too many beers do this, but on the back here, it actually says that it's got 70 IBUs, which is generally, you know what, I forgot what your standard hoppiness level is for IPAs, but it sounds quite up there with their IPAs. Now, we're looking at a beer here that looks a lot like a Hefeweizen beer inside. I've had the Dominus Vobiscum's um, Blanche, which was the best blonde beer I've ever had in my life. I had their triple, and then I had their double, which came out a little bit more recently. So they were all good. Not a single one of them was bad. Different styles. Blonde, the triple was a triple fermented style beer, and the double was a double fermented style beer, but it was a dark beer, so it really, really changed things around. Um, Unfortunately, we just have a plain cap, but I will keep it because it's bigger than most. I do not like when beer caps are put onto champagne bottles. Um, Sometimes when you pour them out, they don't have a lot of carbonation, and you're wondering whether the seal was broken. You get my drift. So I'm going to be, what more to better to drink a, um, champagne-looking wine bottle um, beer in a wine-looking glass. So this is an oversized-looking beer glass. It's a chalice. So I'm going to be pouring it into there. All right. Smells good. It smells like a blonde, which is pretty cool. All right, so just like their other ones, this looks a lot like a double or triple. It smells very sweet. Definitely reminds me of a double or triple style fermented beer. Got about a 2-finger head here, completely white, small, medium, large bubbles. And as you can tell from the beer itself, this is non-filtered, and it's it's translucent, so I can't really see through the beer whatsoever. But all I'm picking up is sweetness, hops. It really does have a kind of like a Hefeweizen smell to it too. It smells really good. Let's give it a try. That's really good. One of the problems that a lot of breweries have with double, triple, quadruple fermented beers is they end up becoming overly carbonated or they end up becoming bland. So the fact that this is full of flavor while maintaining its You know, your average carbonation. It's really good. A lot of flavors in there. You know what? When I was saying that it resembles that of a Hefeweizen beer, I really meant to say that it resembles an IPA because it actually has an IPA taste to it, which makes a little bit more sense. Because in the aroma, I'm picking up on those East-West Coast IPA hops, and I'm also picking up on that citrus aroma that IPAs really give off. This went for about $11.60, something like that. You know what? The fact that it came out the way that it did, I'm going to tell you that it was worth it. I bought a $14 beer the other day, and it was probably one of the worst things I've ever tried in my life. Very good. I'm so happy I was able to pick up on it being like an IPA before I opened the bottle, just because of the IBUs. You know what? IPAs generally have an incredibly strong, bittersweet, hoppy aftertaste when you get near the ending. I just got near the ending here, and all it did was explode in flavor, in a good way. Not the hops aren't too much. The bittersweetness isn't too much. You think you're getting all the flavors, and when you get to the ending, it's just multiplied. It's so much better. Excuse me. Yeah, even the head itself, which is what I'm drinking right now, tastes phenomenal. I'm going to give this 9.5 out of 10. It's right up there. It's certainly going to make up for the kinds of beers I've been drinking lately. You see this on the shelves? Grab it. It's hard to find. Special reserve, limited edition. But you got my stamp of approval on drinking any Dominus Vobiscum beer from Quebec, Canada. Great brewery. Again, Microbrasserie Charlevoix. I've had some of their bad stuff. I had just to give you an example, I'm pretty sure this was Microbrasserie Charlevoix, but it was, it's driving me crazy here. Absinthe beer, and it had black licorice in it, and it just tasted god awful, and that was not just because of the black licorice, it was just terrible. So yeah, anything that they release in their Dominus Vobiscum series is always high 8s out of 10 at least. So you got it, people. I'm going to go and drink this for the rest of the evening. So everybody out there, find this if you can. Do not be shy, regardless of the fact that it's 11 some odd dollars. And as for my usual PSA, don't drink and drive, drink responsibly. Thanks for joining me on another one of Chris's beer reviews. Cheers.